Gymnasiums, as well as other sports and fitness clubs, remain closed until further notice. That directive falls within the regulations of Statutory Instrument 65, a point that was also reiterated by Attorney General Michael Perrafid during Monday's episode of Ask the Experts.
Gymnasium sporting complexes remain closed.
This morning, a team of policemen visited Body 2000 here on Coney Drive. Inside were 5 persons, including Delroy Herrera. According to the tour guide, they were all going about their business individually, and no one was using the facility for exercise. Before they knew it, the officers were threatening to breach the shutters.
What happened this morning was that we were at Body 2000, 5 of us. One of the manager who manages gym and takes care of the equipment and so forth. I was there helping him, taking some old bolts and stuff out. And the other guys were upstairs. A lady was upstairs and she was sitting on the thing. She rented some equipment and she had to pick them up from the gym. And then we have a brother and sister who was there as well. Mr. Powell, he and his sister was actually picking up some equipment from a power washer that they have there and stuff like that as well. And so when I was banging the Allen key and we were making noise. And we started hearing that the police are saying that they're going to kick down the door and stuff like that. And what happened is that we ended up opening the door for them. The shutter was locked, front and back was locked. And we actually opened the shutters for them and so forth, and then they came in.
When they entered the building, a search of the premises was conducted, and the officers found that only 5 persons were present. A short while thereafter, a call was placed to Mark Neal, proprietor of Body 2000.
Approximately about 8:10, 8:15, so I have a phone call from Barris, and he notified me that the police, they took them to Bilama station. So, and I decided I'm going to get dressed, and I get a next phone call. The next phone call, I asked him to speak to the sergeant who in charge or the inspector who in charge. The inspector told me, he said, Mr. Neal, come down, because we want to talk to you, find an establishment open. I said, no, you cannot, because the establishment been closed. It haven't been open. So how could you tell me my establishment open? So he said, well, come down, we want to talk to you. So as soon as I went down there, they asked me for my ID and they charged me.
Just like that, Neal was charged along with 5 others. Herrera, Paul, and physical trainer Beresford Hawes were each charged for the offense of being unable to provide a reasonable explanation for proof of movement outside of curfew and fined $1,000.
These things in the law remain there. They still cannot happen. Businesses are being opened up for people to go and purchase stuff that they need and for people to go to work. But other than that, things that are not necessary are not yet allowed in general.
According to Neal, the officers could have exercised better judgment and discretion based on the explanation, as well as the proof that was provided to them.
By the 2000 have over almost 200 and some customers. They find 2 people who work here and 3 other people, well, who are assisting Beres with the fixing up the equipment, because we changing pads and different things. I even have texts that Mr. Carter texted me and said, Mr. Neal, your padding is basically ready, so come pick it up, ready from noon. So I showed the officer all that, and he said, well, when he goes to court, that's thing, but I think they're supposed to use their own discretion, basically when they come to people's establishment.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.